Good morning, student. Welcome here in your social science class. As you all of you know that we are discussing class 8 history, chapter number 4, tribal duke and the vision of a golden age. Student, this is your part 2. Which part? Yes, this is your part 2 of this chapter. In part 1, we have already discussed some of the important points of this chapter. As all of you know about, if we talk about then 1895, a man named Birsa was seen roaming the forest and village of Chota Nagpur in Jharkhand. Even people said he had magical power and he could cure all diseases and multiply the grain also. Even that time, Birsa himself declared that God had appointed him. Yes, God had appointed to whom? God had appointed to Birsa Munda. Yes, okay, to save his people from trouble, free them from the slavery of Dikus. Dikus means, all of you know about? Yes, Dikus mean the outsiders. Okay, we have already learned about the Samvarjhum cultivators that time. Okay, by the 19th century, tribal people in different parts of India were involved in a variety of activities. Okay, yes, some were Jhum cultivators, some were hunters and gatherers, some herded animals also. Okay, so even some took to shelter cultivation also. Now students, just look at here. Our chapter part 2 with topic, how did colonial rule affect tribal life? Okay, so or you can say that how did colonial rule affect tribal? So the lives of tribal groups changed during British rule. Under whom? Under if we talk about the British rule, तो जो ट्राइबल्स की लाइफ थी, ट्राइबल जो ग्रुप्स थे उनकी क्या हुई? चेंज हुई. सो लेट अस सी व्हाट दीज चेंजेस वर. Okay, here as you can see, just first look at the subheadings. Effect on the tribal chief. The first one is effect on the tribal chief. Then which one? Yes, effect on shifting cultivation. What happened to the shifting cultivation that time under the British rule? Then even forest laws and their impact. Yes, effect on forest laws also. Then problem with trade. Yes, some problems also arise that time under the British rule. Okay, tribal groups. Okay, so problem with trade and the search for work also. Which one? Yes, the search of work also. Now student, let's come here. What happened to the tribal chiefs? Now start. Look at here. First we will discuss about the, as you know, the life of the tribal group changed during British rule. So let us see what these changes were. As you can see here, the first one, the first one is what happened to the tribal chief. Before the arrival of the British. Okay, so before the arrival of the British, in many areas, the tribal chiefs were important people. Who was the important people? Yes, tribal chiefs were important people when before the arrival of the British. They enjoy a certain amount of economic power. Okay, and had the right to administrator and control their territories. Okay, so tribal chiefs के पास क्या थी बेटा? उनके पास काफ़ी economic power थी और उनके पास they had the right also to administer and control their territories. So you can say that in some places they had their own police also. Who had their own police? Yes, tribal chiefs. Okay, before the arrival of the British, in some places tribal chiefs had their own police and decided on the local rule of land and forest management. But what happened? Under British rule, the function and the power of the tribal chief changed. Okay, first of all, they lost their power. Okay, under the British rule, tribal chiefs lost their power. They lost their administrative control. Okay, discipline, if we talk about, discipline was forced upon tribal groups also. They had to pay even tribute to Britishers also. So that time under the British rule, the function and the power of the tribal chief changed. They were allowed to keep their land title over a cluster of village. Title था उनके पास and rent out land. But they lost much of their administrative power. ठीक है, जो उनका एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव कंट्रोल था ट्राइबल चीफ्स का, दे लॉस्ट देयर विच थिंग एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव पावर एंड वर फोर्स्ड ऑल्सो. Okay, so tribal chiefs were forced to follow laws made by the British. Which one? Yes, laws. So उनको फॉलो करना पड़ा था जो ब्रिटिश ऑफिशियल्स ने लॉज बनाए थे. They also had to pay tribute to the British. Yes, अब उनको क्या पे करना था? ब्रिटिश को ट्रिब्यूट भी पे करना था. So ऑफिशियल जो ट्राइबल चीफ्स थे बेटा, okay, they also had to pay tribute to the Britishers. Okay. After this, and discipline the tribal groups on behalf of the British. Discipline also. They lost the authority also. They lost the authority they had earlier enjoyed. पहले वो जो अथॉरिटी को एंजॉय करते थे, उनकी जो अथॉरिटी थी एज अ ट्राइबल चीफ, वो भी उनकी लॉस्ट हो गई. सो दे लॉस्ट द अथॉरिटी दे हैड अर्लियर एंजॉयड अमंग देयर पीपल एंड वर अनेबल टू फुलफिल देयर ट्रेडिशनल फंक्शन. ओके. Now the students just look at here the second one topic, what happened to the shifting cultivators. Okay, so the British were uncomfortable that time. Okay, so the British were uncomfortable with group who moved about and did not have a fixed home. वो बहुत uncomfortable feel करते थे जो ट्रैवल्स एक जगह फिक्स नहीं होते थे, जो शिफ्टिंग कल्टिवेटर्स करते रहते थे कि एक प्लेस गए फिर उस लैंड को बर्न एंड ऑल करा. वो प्रोसेस वी हैव ऑलरेडी डिस्कस्ड. So the British wanted, okay, so the British wanted tribal group to settle down and become peasant cultivators. So here the question comes, what the British wanted about the tribal groups. So the British wanted tribal group to settle down, okay, कि वो settle down हो जाए and become peasant cultivators. So after this, settled peasants were easier to control and administer than people who were always on the move. Why? What's the reason? क्योंकि ब्रिटिशर्स के लिए वो easy होता कि वो जो peasant cultivator पे अपने रूल और कंट्रोल कर पाते, एडमिनिस्टर कर पाते, उसके कंपैरिजन में जो ऑलवेज मूव कर पाते हैं. Okay, so for this the British also wanted a regular revenue source for the state. So what the British wanted, so British also wanted a regular revenue source for the state, so they introduced land settlement. Okay, so the British wanted, आपको पता है तो उन्होंने क्या इंट्रोड्यूस करा कि लैंड सेटलमेंट, दैट इज दे मेजर द लैंड and define the right of each individual to the land and fix the revenue demand for the state. So some peasants were declared landlord also. Okay, so here as you can see in this picture, this Bhil woman cultivating in a forest in Gujarat. Where? Yes, Bhil woman cultivated where? In Gujarat. So shifting cultivation continue in many forest area of Gujarat. So you can see that trees have been cut and land cleared to create patches for cultivation, all if you know. So after this what happened? But settle down. Okay, but after the process, what the Britisher introduced that Britisher land settlement, that is they measure the land and define the right of each individual to that land and fix the revenue demand for the state. And some peasants were also declared land owners. Okay, other tenants. कुछ को उन्होंने क्या डिक्लेयर किया, कुछ को उन्होंने डिक्लेयर किया ब्रिटिशर्स ने लैंड ओनर डिक्लेयर किया, और अदर को क्या डिक्लेयर किया, टेंटेंट्स. So as you all know about, but the problem, settle cultivation was not easy in areas. अब settle cultivation क्या था आपका, it was not easy. Okay, it was not easy in areas where water was scarce and land was dry. Where the water shortage, जहाँ water कम था और land क्या था, dry था. Okay, so the British effort to settle Jhum cultivator was not successful. ओके, क्या हुआ, वो सक्सेसफुल नहीं हुआ. सेटल प्लो कल्टिवेशन इज नॉट ईजी इन एरियाज वेयर वाटर इज स्केयर एंड द सॉइल इज ड्राई. सो इन फैक्ट झूम कल्टिवेटर who took to plow cultivation often suffered since their field did not produce good yields. अब उन्हें काफ़ी सफ़र भी करना पड़ा क्योंकि उनका जो लैंड था वो गुड yield नहीं प्रोड्यूस कर पा रहा था बिकॉज ऑफ वाटर स्कैरिटी एंड बिकॉज लैंड वॉज ऑल्सो ड्राई. So the Jhum cultivator in northeast India, where? So the Jhum cultivator in northeast India insisting on continue with their traditional practice. Okay, उनको उनकी traditional practice. So facing widespread protests, the British had to ultimately allow them the right to carry on shifting cultivation in some parts of the forest, just like Assam, Sikkim and Arunachal Pradesh. So is it clear for everyone? If you talk about the Jhum cultivator of Northeast insisted on the shifting cultivation. Okay, now after this, the next year, forest laws and their impact. Okay, now what about the some of the forest laws and their impact? The life of tribal groups, okay, as you have seen, was directly connected to the forest. उनकी जो life थी tribal groups की, उनकी जो life थी directly किसे connected थी बेटा? Directly forest. So because of this, changes in forest law had a considerable effect in tribal lives. The British extended their control over all forests and declared that forests were state property. Some forests were classified reserve forest. Okay, some forests were classified as reserve forest for the produced timber, which the British wanted. Some as protected forest and some as village forest. So here the British extended their control over all forests and declared that forests were their state property. Okay, so some forests were classified as reserved, some were protected and some were village. So what? Okay, the tribal were banned from moving freely in the forest to collect fruit or to कलेक्ट फायरवुड. ब्रिटिशर्स ने बैन कर दिया बेटा बिल्कुल ट्राइबल को, ट्राइबल्स के जो ग्रुप थे कि अब वो फॉरेस्ट में मूव नहीं कर पाएंगे, क्योंकि उन्होंने कुछ फॉरेस्ट को रिजर्व फॉरेस्ट, ओके, किसको प्रोटेक्टेड फॉरेस्ट, किसी को विलेज फॉरेस्ट, इस तरह करके डिवाइड कर दिया था. सो दे बैन द ट्राइबल्स वर बैंड. सो द ट्राइबल वर बैंड फ्रॉम मूविंग फ्रीली in the search of to collect fruits or to collect firewood. So even there was no labor available to cut trees and to transport the logs. Okay, so after this, in these forests people were not allowed to move freely, then practice jhum cultivation, collect fruits or even hunt animals also. So how were jhum cultivator to survive in such a situation? How? Many were therefore forced to move to other areas in search of work and livelihood. But once the British stopped the tribal people from living inside the forest, they faced a problem that time. So from where you can say that from where would the forest department get its labor? Okay, अब कहाँ से मिलेगा? Labor नहीं है वहाँ. There was no labor available. So from where would the forest department get its labor to cut trees for railway sleepers and transport the logs? Even they would have to provide labor to the forest department and look after the forest. Okay, so the colonial official came up with a solution. And what is a solution? So colonial official came up with a solution. They decided that they would give jhum cultivators small patches of land in the forest and allow them to cultivate these on the condition that those who lived in the village would have to provide labor to the forest department and look after the forest. So that's the solution came up colonial official. उन्होंने क्या decide करा? उन्होंने jhum cultivators के लिए small patches of land दिया. ओके, सो उसके बाद की फॉरेस्ट और अलाउ करा कि कल्टीवेट करें कंडीशन में. सम ऑफ द कंडीशन दे वर आल्सो फिक्स दैट टाइम कि उसमें जो लिव करते हैं विलेज और प्रोवाइड लेबर करें उसमें फॉरेस्ट डिपार्टमेंट को. ठीक है. सो इन मैनी रीजन द फॉरेस्ट डिपार्टमेंट एस्टैब्लिश फॉरेस्ट विलेज टू एंश्योर अ रेगुलर सप्लाई ऑफ चीप लेबर. ओके, सो मैनी ट्राइबल्स ऑल्सो फॉर दिस मैनी ट्राइबल्स ग्रुप रिएक्टेड अगेंस्ट द कॉलोनियल फॉरेस्ट लॉ. ठीक है, काफ़ी जो ट्राइबल्स ग्रुप थे उन्होंने प्रोटेस्ट करना स्टार्ट किया अगेंस्ट द फॉरेस्ट लॉ. दे डिसओबे द न्यू रूल. ओके, दे डिसओबे द न्यू रूल्स एंड कंटिन्यू विद प्रैक्टिस दैट वर डिक्लेयर्ड इलीगल एंड एट टाइम रोज इज ओपन रेबेलियन. ओके, सो such was the revolt of which revolt, as you can see here. Yes, which revolt? In Assam 1906. Okay, such was the revolt of Songram Sangma. Okay, which revolt? Songram Sangma in 1906 in Assam, and the forest satyagraha also. Which one? Yes, forest satyagraha also of the 1930 in the central provinces. So here as you can see the two revolt that time. Okay, many tribal groups reacted against the colonial forest law, and they started to disobey the new rules and continue with practice that were declared illegal and at times rose in open rebellion. So revolt of which thing? Revolt of Songram Sangma in 1906, and where? In Assam, and the forest satyagraha of the 1930s in the central provinces. Just look at here through this flow chart. Easy रहेगा बेटा आपको to understand. Tribal were not allowed to move freely. They could not collect the fruit from the forest. Animals hunting was also banned, and they were not allowed to cut wood also. Okay. After this, the next topic is the problem with trade. Now the students, just look at here the problem with trade. Okay, so if we talk about during the 19th century, which century? Yes, during the 19th century, tribal groups found that traders and moneylenders were coming into the forest more often and wanting to buy forest produce, offering cash loans also, and asking them to work for wages. So it took tribal groups some time to understand the other things also what was happening. So let us consider, as you can see here, let us consider the case of the silk growers. Okay, so start in the 18th century, which, yes, so if you talk about in the 18th century, Indian silk was demand. Okay, Indian का जो silk था, so if you talk about in the 18th century, Indian silk was in demand in European market. The fine quality of Indian silk, okay, बहुत fine quality थी बेटा. Which silk? Yes, fine quality of Indian silk was highly valued and export from India increased rapidly. बहुत अच्छा सिल्क था, बहुत फाइन वैल्यू का. सो एज द मार्केट एक्सपेंडेड, ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी ऑफिशियल ट्राई टू एनकरेज सिल्क प्रोडक्शन. ओके, बट द ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी ने क्या करना स्टार्ट करा? सो ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी ऑफिशियल ट्राई टू एनकरेज सिल्क प्रोडक्शन टू मीट द ग्रोइंग डिमांड. यस, ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी ऑफिशियल उन्होंने ट्राई किया कि एनकरेज करें सिल्क प्रोडक्शन को डिमांड पूरा करने के लिए. सो हजारीबाग इन प्रेजेंट डे इट्स झारखंड, as you can see here. Okay, so Hajaribagh in present day Jharkhand was an area where the Santhals reared cocoons. Who reared cocoons? Yes, Santhals reared cocoons. Santhals एक tribal group था, as all of you know about. So Hajaribagh in present day Jharkhand was an area where the Santhals reared cocoons. The traders dealing in silk sent in their agent who gave loan to the tribal people and collected the cocoons. Dealing in silk, trader deal करते थे silk and sent in their agent who gave loan to the tribal people and collected the cocoon. So the growers were paid ₹3 to ₹4. Just look at here about the amount. Only tribals were paid ₹3 or ₹4 for thousands of cocoon. Okay, so the traders were paid ₹3 to ₹4 for 1,000 cocoons. These were then exported to where? Yes, Burdwan or Gaya, where they were sold at 5 times the price. Price के और 5 times से ऊपर उसको sold किया जाता था, बल्कि tribals को कितनी कम amount दी जाती थी. The middleman so called because they arranged deal. जो middleman रहता था बेटा, okay, so the middleman so called because they arranged deal between the exporters and silk growers made huge profit. The silk grower earned very little. जो silk grower थे उनको इतनी कम amount दी जाती थी तो वो बहुत कम ही ज़्यादा earn करते थे. So many tribal groups saw the market and traders as their main enemies. Got it? Now the search for work. Okay, so the plight of the tribal who had to go far away from their homes in search of work was even worse. बहुत condition worse थी बेटा. From the late 19th century, from the late 19th century बहुत worse condition थी जो search of work जाते थे. So tea plantations started coming up. Okay, which plantations? Yes, tea plantations started coming up and mining became became an important industries. Here as you can see, okay, the first one mining also and tea plantations also. So from the late 19th century, tea plantations started coming up and mining became an important industry. Tribals were recruited in a large number to work the tea plantations of Assam and the coal mines of Jharkhand. Okay, which mines? Yes, coal mines of Jharkhand. So they were recruited through contractors. Okay, वो recruit किए जाते थे through the contractors who paid them miserably low wages. बहुत कम low wages मिलता था उनको, and prevented them from returning home. Here as you can see in this picture also, if we talk about coal miners of Bihar 1948. When? Yes, coal miners of Bihar 1948. So in the 1920s, about 50% of the miners in the Jharia and Raniganj. How much? 50% of the miners, and where? In Jharia and Raniganj, coal miners of Bihar were tribals. Tribals होते थे, ठीक है? And work deep down in the dark and suffocating mines was not only backbreaking and dangerous, it was often literally killing. In the 1920s, over 2,000, how many workers? 2,000 workers died every year in the coal mines in India. So, and also in the coal mines of Jharkhand, where the working condition were very harsh, बहुत rough condition थी. So, student, for today, that's it. Thank you all of you. Have a nice day ahead, beta.